Fetterman versus drop site.
Julian Andrioni.
I like that Fetterman puts on a suit when his boss is in town. Oh my God, I didn't even realize he's wearing a suit here, and it's definitely because Benjamin Netanyahu's here.
Drop site news.
Oh, you're drop site. Oh, no, it's like a race between who's the more pro-Hamas, drop site or Zeteo. So now I got both.
Zeteo. Zeteo. Bro, he's such a fucking ogre, dude. This pro-Hamas, Zeteo. Oh my God, he's such a fucking ogre, dude. It's awesome. Prem also cooked him. All right, let's start here then. Let's start with Zeteo.
Oh, Zeteo. Oh,
Yes,
yeah, the pro-Hamas.
Well, I'm not sure about
I
that.
don't know why your network's so pro-Hamas.
I'm asking you about American
Jesus Christ.
public opinion, Senator. Hey there, Senator. How you doing?
Who are you with?
Prem Tucker with Zeteo. How are you?
Huh?
Prem Tucker with
Huh?
Zeteo. How are you?
I'm sorry. Let's try that one more time.
Sure, yeah, you're okay. Prem Tucker with Zeteo.
Tucker.
Yes.
Tucker Carlson.
No, like Tucker Carlson. Prem Tucker with Zeteo.
Oh, Zeteo. Oh,
Yes,
yeah, the pro-Hamas.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
You
Just
guys are great, like drop site. You know, the pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah.
pro-international law, Senator. But anyways, what did you make of that?
I want to apologize to the Zeteo fans. Keep killing the Hamas leadership and also the Iranian too.
On that note, Senator, what did you make? What did you make of?
It
What did?
breaks hearts and also.
Pro-Hamas. The pro-Hamas. Dude did a racism and lead harder into the racism is incredible. Yeah. Oh, Tucker, like Tucker Carlson.
That's okay, Senator. What did you make of the poll that showed Americans supporting arresting Benjamin Netanyahu at a 22-point margin?
I don't know why your network's so pro-Hamas.
I'm asking you about American public opinion, Senator. American public
I
opinion.
don't understand it. Why do your readership love?
I'm asking about American public opinion, Senator. American public opinion, Senator. American support arresting Benjamin Netanyahu at a 22-point margin, Senator.
Yeah, and why does El Sayed? When we
Senator, I'm talking.
What the fuck does El Sayed have to do with anything? It's another brown guy, just like you. You're brown. And you know who else is brown? Abdul El Sayed. I got so excited. Me brain not work too good. Oh, he's not out of breath because he can't walk. He's out of breath because he's using every fucking processor remaining in his brain. It's firing off on all cylinders. That's why he's out of breath. This is literally computing at the highest level for him, okay? Having to manually walk, manually breathe, and manually hear, comprehend, and respond? Are you fucking kidding me?
About American public opinion?
Senator, on this hearing, do you plan to ask Dr. Fauci?
This is the pro-Hamas network harassing me.
Julian Andrioni.
Who are
with
you with?
Drop site news.
Oh, you're drop site. Oh, no, it's like a race between who's the more pro-Hamas, drop site or Zeteo. So now I got both. Hi, everybody. Yeah.
You mind if I ask you a question really quick? It's about.
I just want to say, I want your viewers to say how much I love to watch Israel eliminating the Hamas leadership.
Then you may
Overall,
like this
I know
question.
that upsets a lot of your viewers and a lot of your founders.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a great thing So,
So
there's
President
no news
Trump-
coming out of me. I'm going to always
President
back
Trump said that.
Israel. The
President
question
Trump-
is, where does your trash outlet come from and who's funding it? And now,
Our
if you
readers, we have
think,
46,000 individual
your
donors.
founders think it's appropriate to attack and kill Israeli civilians, that should be the news overall. And now you're sticking a microphone in my face. So,
not in your face, Senator.
so there's not any news here. So,
President Trump-
I think the question is, why does drop?
Wait.
You
6,000
think
individual
your
donors.
founders think it's appropriate to attack and kill Israeli civilians? That's
Israeli civilians! What? Dude, stop. Oh my God. Why does he sound so winded? Okay, he is using every ounce of processing power he has remaining to answer questions. Okay, he's stupid. His brain is no good. How else can I explain it? He is literally a vegetable. He has the operating capacity of a sea cucumber. Okay, you tickle his belly and his tentacles will come out. That's it. He's overheating. He's overheating. This is far too difficult. Show chat what his CPU looks like. Yeah. That's it. It's fucking fried. And nowadays, a stick of RAM is $900, so we can't even fucking download more RAM. It's over. The civilians. McConnell versus Fetterman in the marketplace of ideas. Who wins? We all lose, man.
that should be the news overall. And now you're sticking a microphone in my face. So,
not in your face, Senator.
so there's not any news here. So
President Trump-
I think the question is, why does drop site love Hamas and Iran and Hezbollah so much? I think that's the news. Yeah. I mean, are you okay with taking your paycheck from these kind of people?
Are you okay with Prime Minister Netanyahu being
I'm
in the
okay, and
United
I
States?
love killing Hamas leadership.
Bro's running on Pentium 3, okay? Like shit that your iPhone would not work on, okay? Your iPhone OS will not work on Pentium 3. That's what he's operating on. Holy boomer. What is a Pentium? See, fuck you guys, okay? Yes, I'm 35. Shut up. His number one retort nowadays is, oh, you must be mad because we killed all your buddies in Hamas. We killed all your buddies in Hamas. That's what it is. That's what he learned. He downloaded a new talking point from his Israeli handler. It is kind of wild that I think it was New York Magazine, right? That just like openly showed that John Fetterman, the ogre, literally just has an Israeli handler. And we just let that happen. Like it's incredible to me that this is a real thing that's going on right now. That there is a straight up Israeli handler that now controls everything that John Fetterman does. Like all of it. Scheduling, talks, meetings. Everything that he's doing is being filtered through his straight up Israeli handler. Yep, there it is. It was the Intelligencer from New York Magazine. The man who explains Israel to John Fetterman, how a little known writer became one of the senator's closest confidants. He has an aide. It's not even an aide. It's a random, he is a random dual citizen, a random Jewish American Israeli citizen that just one day, I'm not even kidding. Read the fucking article. We read it. We covered it. We covered it when it first came out. Just a random guy that happened to become his closest friend and confidant out of nowhere. It's insane. Can somebody make dollars with 2028 Super PAC Pennsylvania for common sense or whatnot that attacks crazy left-wing Democrats for not renominating Fetterman because they're not going to renominate him? Cut out the middleman and nominate his APAC handler before you renominate Fetterman, for fuck's sake. Completely psychotic for anyone anywhere on the ideological spectrum to renominate him. Yeah. But yeah, this is also, speaking of John Fetterman, new 2028 Senate poll, Pennsylvania, someone else, 58%, Fetterman, 40%. He was spotted right after that elevator ride, by the way. Wait, something I never noticed. Is that like artillery or gunshots in the background? I've watched the video a million times, never with the sound on, I guess. That's added sound. This was in Tel Aviv. Okay, is this actually him? I cannot confirm nor deny whether this is actually John Fetterman or not. It kind of looks like him, though. Why would I expect this not to be him? That's the real question. On pause, he's gonna drown. Yeah, if there's one guy who would drown in that shallow water, it would be John Fetterman. Like, oh, I've forgotten how to manually breathe. Oh, Hamas. All right, let's get to situation monitoring. PodSafe thinks we should make fun of Fetterman. Yeah, okay, they're wrong. Okay, they're wrong. It's fine. It's fine to be wrong.
Your comment is getting taken out of context. Like people are suggesting.
Wait, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mention that." He said, "This will help me put an ogre on a pike."
Right, which is about John Fetterman. People are suggesting he was comparing Haley Stevens to an ogre. It does not sound like he was doing that in any way. But also, don't call John Fetterman an ogre. You know, it's not helpful. I think it kind of plays into this belief among a lot of Democrats that the left wing of the party is far more focused on going after moderate Democrats than Republicans.
No, I think there's a difference. I think Abdul Al-Sayed and his, treatment of like Elisa Slotkin, for example, which has been unbelievably cordial, versus John Fetterman makes sense. John Fetterman is no longer just a moderate Democrat, right? John Fetterman is just a Republican. Many moderate Democrats are also simply Republicans in Democrat clothing, right? But John Fetterman is an ogre. He is a collaborator. He is the most far right. He is more far right than most Republican senators at this point. I'll give you an example. John Fetterman, whose wife, soon to be ex-wife, probably, allegedly, was an undocumented migrant. John Fetterman used to be pro-amnesty. He had a personal experience with this, and he talked about it, and it was a real personal story. You know, his wife is Brazilian. She didn't have the proper paperwork. She finally got it. It was a huge deal, right? John Fetterman is now to the right of Mike DeWine on the issue of immigration. Mike DeWine is the governor of Ohio. Mike DeWine came out yesterday and directly criticized Donald Trump for removing temporary protected status from Haitians in this country. Haitians, up until now, up until the past couple of weeks, had temporary protected status, which means that they had proper clearance, proper authorization to live and work in places like Ohio. This was a huge campaign issue, if you guys recall. Springfield, Ohio, the Haitians are eating cats and dogs, because Republicans just chose to lie about it. They said Haitians actually stormed Springfield, Ohio. They ruined the economy. They ruined the demographics of Springfield, Ohio. Meanwhile, most of the Republicans and most of the people living in Springfield, Ohio, with the exception of some crackheads that they found, were actually pretty happy about the influx of Haitian migration into Springfield, Ohio, because it actually turned the economy around. Another one of these forgotten towns that now had an influx of economic activity, cash, workers. It was good. More tax revenue for Springfield, Ohio. Okay? It caused a revival. One of the greatest examples of this is Hazleton, Pennsylvania. It's another forgotten town that was left behind, that was overwhelmingly white, and then there was an influx of Latino migration into Hazleton, which then created small businesses, created economic activity. Hazleton. Hazelltown? Is it Hazeltown or Hazleton? Whatever. It's one of those towns, okay? Hazleton started booming as a consequence of this. Nat Geo actually did a profile on this. It was Trump won, right? The town was on the verge of bankruptcy across the board. People had left it behind. No one cared about it. And then Latinos started moving to Hazleton. And when they started moving there was a lot more economic activity. There was a lot more labor. There's a lot more commerce. And it led to a town revival. But it also changed the ethnic makeup of the town. All of a sudden you had, Mexican, Guatemalan food stores and markets and things of that nature. Tucker Carlson famously criticized this change. He said, it's not good that the town is experiencing a revival if the white natives to Hazleton are being displaced. That's what he I remember covered extensively at the time. It's ridiculous. And a similar situation is taking place in Springfield, Ohio, where the locals like it, the business owners like it. A lot of people actually appreciate their new neighbors. And yet the racists from outside of Springfield, Ohio, hate it. And they try to use it as an example of what happens when you allow unlimited migration to take root in a town that was forgotten. Hassan deadass thinks the entirety of South America is Guatemala. Have never seen him mention another single other country south of Mexico. Okay, I'll fucking download Dominican Republic into the lexicon. Okay, I'll download other South American countries. I just use Guatemala as like as a catch-all. Okay, Honduras, Nicaragua. I'll never say Argentina, Venezuela, El Salvador. Anyway, bad clips, bro. What is bad clips? Yeah, it's awful to see these non-Ohio people talk down to our neighbors. Anyone working blue collar or in manufacturing here knows Latino and Haitian immigrants are great workers and great neighbors, great communities. Real Ohioans get it. Yeah. So the reason why I brought this up is because we were talking about John Fetterman. So the Republican governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, came out after the Trump administration made a decision to revoke hundreds of thousands of Haitians that currently have TPS to take away their temporary protected status, putting their immigration status in legal limbo, basically, simply to lean into some of the most reactionary white nativist elements in American society, the last remaining 20% of like white evangelical racists who just want to fucking purge all of the non-white ethnics from the American boundary, right? Because it's just for those guys. With no real positive economic gains that will come from this decision anyway. And for the record, we can have a separate conversation on whether or not it would be appropriate to do something so inhumane, even if there was an economic advantage, but there is none. So we don't even have to have that conversation. Ohio's Republican Governor Mike DeWine is opposing the Trump administration's move to arrest and deport Haitians following its decision to end the temporary protected status this week, calling it a mistake and a blow to the state of Ohio. This puts Mike DeWine in the woke category in comparison to fucking John Fetterman. Mike DeWine is now further to the left than John Fetterman. John Fetterman, whose wife, maybe ex-wife, soon to be ex-wife, was undocumented. John Fetterman, who ran on amnesty. John Fetterman, who ran on empathy towards undocumented immigrants, is now further to the right than the Republican governor of Ohio. This is what I'm talking about when I say this guy is a separate thing in and of itself. He's not just a Republican senator, he's one of the most right-wing Republican senators. John Fetterman, I mean. He's no longer a Pino, he's no longer a Dino. He's basically one of the most far-right Republicans in office right now. DeWine said in an interview with CBS Monday that immigration and customs enforcement operations against the Haitian community would be bad for Ohio's economy and that of Springfield in particular, where many Haitians have settled. These are people who have helped Springfield really come back, DeWine said to CBS, explaining the Haitians have filled jobs and opened businesses where the economy once struggled. The Haitians who are living there and employed there, they came there to work. And they came there because there were jobs that were not being filled by other people. DeWine also noted that Haiti's security and political situation is still unstable, with gangs controlling large parts of the country and the capital, Port-au-Prince. The State Department has warned Americans not to travel there, and DeWine described the country as being in a virtual chaos with no semblance of government. Haiti is hell today, so you'd be sending people back to hell, DeWine said. Very few of those Haitians will voluntarily go back to Haiti. If they have to leave, they'll go someplace else. They want to work. They want to support their family. They don't want to go back to Haiti. To the Trump administration, none of this matters. White House advisor Stephen Miller is excited at the prospect of deporting Haitians. He has claimed that Haiti is safe for Haitians and celebrated the Supreme Court's ruling allowing the administration to end temporary protected status. We can finally remove these Haitian illegal migrants, Miller said. Literally not illegal until you revoke their TPS. Ironically enough. So yeah, I don't have a problem calling John Fetterman a fucking ogre.
In the Middle East and concerns that the pause in the fighting between the U.S. and Iran is over. American and Saudi forces say they launched precision strikes against militias backed by Iran, and Tehran fired ballistic missiles toward American forces. U.S. commanders call it an attempted
What is this? Why would your mods keep not letting me post about Hazleton? I live near there. I live near Hazleton. The town is white trash anyways. The immigration is much needed. Fuck Shitterman. Why do your mods not keep letting me post about Hazleton? I live near there. Hi, a Hazleton expert here. Chat, let me talk to him, please. I live near Hazleton. Interview me, please. Chat, help. Yeah, brother, I'm probably not going to interview about Hazleton, but you can drop a comment about like what the resurgence of the town looked like in the last decade or so. Okay. I lived here in Kentucky. This law, thank God, was removed, but I'll be honest, a black man, I don't think this was a racist act. This was just shitty law that was put in place in Kentucky. Chat still arguing about Dom rep, you fucking idiots. It's still Latin America. I'm Cuban and still Latino American. Colombia, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica, Bolivia, Venezuela, Cuba, Haiti, Jamaica. All right. We're going to start here. U.S. and Saudi joint strikes on Iraq. This comes after Iran did something unique.